Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged presents Forged in Fire, a Critical Role-inspired adventure. We are a 5e D&D actual play stream. We usually play in the custom setting of Nuuli that came out of my brain, but due to some scheduling inconsistencies over the next few weeks, we have decided to play in a world quite a lot of people are probably familiar with. We're going to be playing in Exandria, which is Matt Mercer's world of Critical Role. I've got it resubscribing 27 months. Our third baby is crowning. What are we going to name it? He says, which is a good question. And I know nothing about childbirth, so y'all will have to figure that one out. Hello, welcome everyone. We are Nuuli Forged. Before we do some introductions, we are going to do a fun little intro thing here. We're going to play some trivia. Oh, first, a big shout out to Shura NYC, who followed us about an hour ago. So thank you, Shura NYC. Much appreciation for that. Thank you. And thank you, I've Got It, for being the best mod in town. Thank you for the Pikachus. So we're going to do a little trivia to go ahead and get us in the mood, everybody. Y'all ready for this? All right, I'm going to ask you rapid fire questions, and I'm going to need y'all to respond. Yeah. But first, before we do this, actually, let's introduce ourselves. Let's introduce our players. Players, we're going to introduce you. Don't reveal your characters just yet, just yourself, and maybe a little tidbit. We'll start off at the top of the new stack. As this is a new adventure, we have a new stack. We're going to start off with Tanner.
Oh, Jesus.
Throws me off completely.
Yeah. Nobody's ready.
I'm not an ASMR sorcerer. I am... Wait, what am I revealing? Or not?
Just yourself. Don't introduce your character yet, but just...
Okay.
Reveal yourself.
Hi, I'm Tanner. The same Tanner I've always been. I just...
Glorious.
All I got. I don't know.
I love it. I can always count on you for fun times when you're put on the spot. Thank you, Tanner. Next up, we got Matt in the stack.
Yo, what's up? I am Matt, and I am not going to reveal who I'm playing. What else was I supposed to do?
Whatever you wanted, if anything.
All right.
Good job. Next in the stack, we have Amber.
Hello, I'm Amber. I play a character because
Excellent.
that's what we're here to do.
Yes.
And I really like ice cream. I just had one ice cream cone, and I really, really want it.
Oh, I want an ice cream cone.
That
That's
sounds good right now.
kind of all I can think about right now.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, on the bottom of the stack, we got Mike.
Yes, me. I'm Mike, joining you live from my room. Thanks for watching.
Well, and I am Jared. I'm your humble game master here on Nuuli Forged, and for Forged in Ice. I play everyone and everything else that is not the 4 player characters over on this side of the screen. And with that, let's get into some quick trivia to get us all in the mood. So, first question. How do you all like to spend your free time? Looking for flowers, studying, having drinks, doodling in a sketchbook, chatting with friends, meditation or prayer, training, or some guy was yelling about a talent show, let's go there, or working?
I heard
Wait,
drinks.
is this the
I'm just
character or is
fixated.
this...
All right, well, drinks was the first answer, so that's what we're going with. Next,
Character or us?
Uh-oh.
we're going to find out which character from Critical Role Season 2 you are as a collective. So whatever answer I hear first after I complete them is what we're going to go with.
Amber is answering as Amber.
Yes. All right, so how good are you with people? I like to think I'm pretty good. I am the best. I feel fine, but others can do it better. People are easy to understand when you realize everyone is a person. I can talk, but I feel awkward unless it's something I'm passionate about. I'll talk to anybody, anywhere, no problem. I tend to offend people. I prefer to keep everything strictly professional, or I don't talk to anybody. I keep to myself.
I tend to
People's as
offend people.
persons.
Ooh, okay, I think I heard offend people a little easier. All right, and what was your childhood like? My family was everything. My parents were assholes. Childhood, who knows? I learned a lot from my grandparents, or my parents. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it was different. I remember it being strict. It was so much fun, pretty normal. I was bullied, but everybody is. It wasn't great, but I found someone to admire.
I never knew my father.
All right, can't remember that. What are your ambitions for the future? I would like to fix things. I have people that I want to protect. I want to travel the world. I owe someone a debt. I'm pursuing my career. I would like to find happiness, live life to the fullest. I found my calling, or I want to learn more every day. Oh, come on.
Learn more.
Oh, all right.
Learn more. All right.
I want to learn more. I mean,
All right.
I'm a nerd.
How do you approach a problem? We might have a plan, but it's gone out the window and I have a bomb. I'm going to use the bomb.
Yes, that one.
Depends on the situation. I try to avoid fighting logically. Just punch it. I'm great at problem solving. I would probably try to work it out. Diplomacy or simple, easy plan. I
would say
definitely...
between the bomb and punching
the
things.
bomb is fun.
All right, bomb it is.
I think, yeah.
Do you like animals? Cat supremacy. Animals? I guess so. All the cute animals. I don't really have a problem with animals, but I'm allergic to some. Animals are assholes. Animals are very cute. Animals can be useful, but whatever. Animals are part of nature and should be respected. Animals have nothing to do with me.
All hail the cat.
No. Oh,
Yes.
God, no.
Yes, I'm a cat person. I'm sorry, I said it.
So allergic to cats.
Oh, well. There is an allergic to cats answer, so we're going to go with allergic to cats. That's right, I just steamrolled.
Everyone hates cats.
It's not that I hate cats, it's just I'm like neutral towards them. What is your family situation? Don't care for blood family. Family can be difficult for me. I'm always striving to be the kind of person that lives up to them. My family was strict, so it was hard to get close. I would do anything for my family. I love them so much. Family is what you make of it. I love my family. Fuck my family.
They're difficult to get along with.
All right.
Families
Whatever
what you
that
make of it,
second
but
one
yeah.
was, I think it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Which fantasy class would you most likely to be? Wizard, Ranger, Barbarian, Rogue, Bard, Cleric, Warlock, Fighter, Monk.
Barbarian.
All right. Barbarian it is. And
All
how...
of us together in one brain.
Well, only one answer, so whoever's answer I hear is what we go with. And the last question, how well do you think you can fight? I'm not a fighter. I can take care of myself. I can fight, but let's have a drink. I don't think fighting is really my strong suit, but I do what I can. Probably better than most, especially if I had gotten magic. I'm working on it. I can hold my own. Have you seen these guns? And I can't really do much, but I'll probably get better.
Man, I like being cocky. Show off some guns.
All right, have you seen these guns? All right, everyone. Congratulations. The four of you combined are Beauregard Lionette, played by Marisha Ray and an expositor in the Cobalt Soul.
You lost me so long ago.
Well, I guess you had to finish the campaign. But
yeah,
hey,
I'm sorry.
that's all right. We'll have another Critical Role inspired warm-up next time.
I like it.
Yeah. Well,
That was different.
yeah. Well, with that, it is time to dive in to the first episode of Forged in Ice. So, with that, there are many, many worlds in the multiverse. Different orbs, different realms. And one shines very brightly in the collective consciousness of the multiverse these days. The world of Exandria. As we focus in on this bright shining orb, flying right past two bright moons, one a brilliant, calming white color named Catha, the other a glowing red, much smaller moon named Ruidus. We head towards the eastern side of the world upon this spinning globe, which is not flat, to the continent of Wynandir, the region of Wildmount, past the Dwendalian Empire, skirting around the edges of Xhorhas, until we arrive north in the graying wildlands and focus in on a small fishing village to the north known as Palebank Village. Snow is gently falling from the sky and wind is biting all of your cheeks as you stand in the graveyard of Palebank Village, a small fishing outpost to the northwest of Uthadurn that is home to several hundred dwarves and elves, and various other individuals. The sun is low in the sky, sinking behind the fresh grave of one Ergon Wenth, a very old dwarf who caught some sort of curse or disease that turned him into a statue made of pure ice. Everyone in the village has gathered here to pay their final respects to Ergon's frozen remains. Scattered amongst the crowds, we see a few humans, a lot of dwarves, a great number of elves, and those who have a mixed lineage of both. We see one tiefling with a strange look on her face. Two dragonborn are also in the crowd, far apart from one another. And a few gnomes, sort of looking sad. And as the snow falls, the grave is piled up, people are saying a few words. I would like everyone to roll a d4 for me, please. All right.
3, 3, 1, 1.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, Tanner and Matt, why don't you two roll a d4 for me again?
Are you kidding me?
Third time's a charm.
Rock, paper, scissors?
All right. Well, roll off again, because oh, okay, you guys are crazy. Both of you roll a d20 after three attempts. All right,
Damn it,
great.
Matt. You messed it up.
I was like, what are you doing? This is awesome.
This was going to be the entire show.
We've broken D&D Beyond. Or Roll20, whatever it is.
Yep. Well, it's all good. It's all good. Wonderful. Cool. Just a moment. All right, here we go. All right. As we survey this gathering of mourners, the camera pans over and we see a human male. Tanner, will you please describe your character?
Alright. He's about like 6 feet tall, wearing some chainmail, carrying a big glaive on his back. Black short hair, kind of pointed towards, or like kind of like pointed up towards the front. Like tan skin, and then just like kind of like this white pockmarked scar that kind of goes across his face.
Thank you. As you watch the last few specks of dust and your neighbors kind of throw handfuls of dirt over the grave of this dwarf, you remember a much different time. It is the middle of the night. You have been stripped of your rank and position, and you are imprisoned within a cell. You have been told your parents are also being held, but for their outspoken criticisms of the Empire and King Bertrand Dwindle. You haven't seen them, and your worry has kept you awake. And just as pure exhaustion is beginning to claim you, a voice speaks up. Tell me, Alcan, do you wish to save your parents and serve your empire? You turn and you see two dark figures in dark cloaks on the other side of the bars. One is tall and broad, and the other is shorter and slighter. You can feel the intensity as they gaze at you and they stare through the bars. We will not ask again. Will you serve your empire and save your parents?
Yes.
Your memory shifts, and you find yourself tied to a table, exhausted, abused through strange experiments, you don't know what, but you know that you can do this. You were promised that all you had to do to survive was to survive and to submit. And your parents would be released and relocated safely. But only if you comply. You open your eyes and see a strange mirror that swirls with red mist beyond the other side of the glass. And you hear a voice. We have been trying, Master Rikithon, but so far we have had limited results. The subject continues to persevere through the attempts, but has been unable to act as a communication bridge as of yet. But I promise you, we will get results. And then there is a bright flash and howling screams. Your mind is on fire and your eyes burn and sting. You can't open your eyes. The sheer blinding light burns away, but you know that the explosion has destroyed the room. Blindly, you stumble through the debris and fall through where a wall should be, down an exploded drainage grate that's been blown open. You fall and you hit some form of liquid that breaks the fall, cushioning you, but it smells horrible. And you try to open your eyes, but that brilliant light still burns in your vision. Using your hands, you make your way along the wall, hoping you are heading the right way. Time passes to a more recent memory. It is colder today. Broga speaks from across the room. I have to go. I have business to attend to for the Cobalt Soul. Stay low, you will be safe here. You have improved greatly as you have healed, and I will return when able. Just leave a note if you go anywhere. Have someone write it for you if you need, using the code words we talked about. Your bearing marks you as a soldier, you can't help that, but blend in as best you can. Crowds, events, anything it takes. Just don't die, okay?
Do my best.
Good. Farewell. And you hear the door open and feel a brief blast of cold before it closes once again, as a brief wind strikes you from your reverie. The camera shifts to the left, passing dwarven and elvish faces, until we see scales of copper and a cracked horn. Matt, will you please introduce your character?
Yes, I am playing Dragonborn. He's got scales of copper and a cracked horn. Just kidding. There's a little more to him than that, obviously. He's a little smaller than the average Dragonborn Ravenite might be. Noticeably missing a tail, as all Ravenites are. The horn over his left, he's got two horns that go like from his eyebrows out. The one over his left is broken about halfway, and there's a scar kind of over the left eye. It's a little darker in parts, like on the back of his head and underneath his throat and stuff. And but otherwise, it's kind of like a dark copper color to most of his skin. No like huge features really, other than some like little bones in the back of his head, jaw and stuff, and back of his head. Like no hair to speak of.
Wonderful. And as you watch this individual be buried in the ground, you are taken back to your childhood. And a massive roar makes everyone working in the ravine stop where they are. And you look up with the eyes of a child into the sky. The floating island of Draconia itself is screaming above you. You see a massive ice blue and white form whirling through the sky, blasting the buildings above with icy death. A white dragon. To see it from this distance, it must be so unfathomably large. And you see it smash through the massive glowing blue stones of the bottom of the island, and it begins to crash, screaming towards the ground. Those around you scream and scatter, debris and rubble falling from the home of these nobility who live above you, and you hear death surround you as rocks crash into those who couldn't evade them. And your mind shifts to a more recent time. You were sneaking through this small border town for days, asking questions, but unfortunately, you've been made. You need to escape. Through the alleys, around houses, under fences, over fences, you make it to the safe house. And there you see Troka is there. A tall, ochre-scaled Ravenite with an easy grin. Hey, well, kid, look, I appreciate the effort, but we gotta get you out of here. I've been told there might be some doings up in a town called Uralis. It's north all across the Rhine Plains, okay? Rumor is there's some sort of Dragonborn shenanigans going on. I don't know if it's Drakenbloods trying to raise up an army, stirring up trouble, or if it's Ravenites trying to just live their life, and the orcs up there are problematic. It could be that some Ravenites are trying to make a living for themselves, and the orcs are causing them trouble. But it could just as easily be that these Drakenblood are up there, and they are trying to recruit these orcs to reclaim parts of their old lands in the Scars. Who is to say? Either way, can't have it. So I need you to go up there, find out what's going on, send a report if you can. I think you got about 2 weeks before if I don't hear anything from you in 3, I gotta assume the worst, okay? You with me, kid?
Sorry, talk. Yeah. Sounds easy enough, isn't it? Kind of cold up there?
Yeah, make sure to pack a blanket, okay?
Just a blanket. Okay, sure. Thanks. You got any lying around?
Yeah, we'll get you kitted out. Don't worry about it. Come on. And the memory moves forward in your mind. And you know that as you are trekking through, you've crossed through the Quanah Breach. You've safely navigated beyond Shady Creek Run, dangerous little pissant town that it is. And it has taken you almost 2 weeks to get where you are, but you are closing in. As you head north and kind of veer off to the east, out of the Savalier Wood, you come to the shores of Ivory Lake. And following that shoreline, you make your way more to the northeast, but a screeching call and cry from the sky draws your attention, and you see a massive winged wyvern diving down towards you. You breakneck it run, heading back for the tree line in an effort to escape, but it swoops towards you. As the claws come down within an inch of your shoulders, the ground gives way beneath you, and you tumble down an old air shaft, probably to some abandoned mine. There's tracks here. You've managed to escape this horrible predator, but you've lost your weapons and some of your supplies. You need to find your way out. Looking around frantically, there are rusted old mine carts, broken boards, kind of cracked beams. It's looking bad. But then you feel a pull. Something begins to guide you through the twisting tunnels. And after a day or so, you come across a fallen skeleton. Some poor individual has died here from something you can't quite tell what. But beside it lies a war pick with the tip embedded in nearby stone. Finally, a weapon in case you need one. So you grab it, and whatever that calling is, it continues to reach out to you, guides you to safety, and after a few more days, you emerge from a cave. Unsure of exactly where you are, but you hear a sultry but firm feminine voice speak to you in your mind. You are the last of the blood. The power is yours now. Your progenitors owned their destiny, this power itself. It falls now to you. Rise up to your potential. Do not disappoint. And you feel the pull towards the north, towards what you can see at the edge of the horizon to be some kind of small fishing village. You make your way, and upon entering, you see a gathering upon a frozen hill, and it pulls you in that direction. A funeral. And as you realize how you came to be here, the camera pans back to the right, and we see a tiefling with a strange look upon her face as she looks down at this grave. Amber, would you please introduce and describe your character?
You've got a tiefling, not tall and somehow majestic like most tieflings. Short, stout, long black braid, and pair of horns, of course, coming up and back, sort of blending in with the braid. It almost looks like she's got 3 horns, because the horns are also very black. She has purpley skin and
Dogs.
very loud dogs inside her head. Purplish skin and some pointed canines. And her outfit, she's wearing all leathers. You could tell that there are pieces missing. Like it's an incomplete set of like a uniform or something. There are pieces that have been taken off, empty patches. And the look on her face is mostly, oh crap. It's very clear what her face is saying.
And as you think about this, you think all the way back to early childhood. And your parents shake their head at the mess you have created in your room. And your father says, "Ah, Blodwen, such a disgraceful mess you have made here. Don't you know that there's a place for everything and everything should be in its place? Come on now, love. Get this room inspection ready before your mum gets back from the bench, eh? There's a good lass." And you think forward in your mind. And you're watching the games. The games are fun. You understand the rules of the competition. And you're enjoying seeing the competitors battling it out, one-upping each other, all playing within the game, playing the rules, having fun. It's a great time. Your father casts you a glance from his post on guard duty and throws you a quick smile. Your mother, sitting next to you, is chatting with some kind of aide, and that's when you see it, when no one else is looking. One of the competitors grabs a small rock from the ground, just a pebble, really, and covertly flings it against the skull of the other competitor, giving them a slight distraction as they figure what the hell was that. You shout out the foul, but too late. No one pays attention as the crowd roars as the cheater does a maneuver that makes him win the match. Afterwards, you protest to your mother, and she frowns. She brings you to the Game Master to share this development. The Game Master, the dwarf there, assures your mother that an investigation will be undertaken immediately, and your mother takes you home. Days later, a man appears at your door, and your parents usher him in, and he expresses his gratitude to them and to you. It's the competitor who didn't cheat. It was the victim of the cheating. He says he had wondered what happened. His vision just blurred for a moment there, and then he was on the ground. But because of you, when the cheater was questioned about it, they were forced to admit their infractions of the rules. And so he was awarded the match purse and also a small bit of remuneration from the cheater. As a thank you, because he's very thankful because he can now afford to provide for his family much easier now as a result of all this. He provides you, Blodwen, with a gift, a small emblem of Arathis, the lawbearer who favors rules and civilization above all other things. You move forward to a much more recent memory. You look around this guard's room. All 4 of the other new recruits are littered among broken chairs, bunks, tables, and the captain is dressing you down. All this destruction because Gunfather didn't put away her dirty socks? This is the last time, Bloodaxe, and I cannot put up with you any longer. The proselytizing is one thing. Ain't no one gonna fault you for being a faithful one. But lashing out like this, the slightest breach of protocol. It's too much. I'm sorry, but you're done here. And as you return home, kicked out of the guard of Uthadern, with your head hung in disappointment, your parents await you, and you can tell that they know what happened. And your father speaks. Well, lass, seems you done caused a bit of too much ruckus in the lower ranks, eh? Your mother and I love you so much, but we think a guard's life be a bit too limiting for you. She happens to know a fella up north in Palebank Village who might be able to help you out. Bring a little order to the fishing town, or maybe even act security for the old codger, eh? What do you think of that, lass?
Well, I don't... Yes, sir.
There's a good one. His name's Ergon Wenth. Now, let's get some supper in you. You'll be heading up in the morning, girl. And we return to your outward visage and the confusion and unsurety of what comes next. And as we pan further right, almost directly across the way from the previous Dragonborn we have visited, we come to another Dragonborn, a very different Dragonborn. Mike, can you please describe your character?
Yes. He is a brass Dragonborn. This one with a tail. He is dressed in like a very stiff-looking armor scale. And he has horns, like small horns kind of jutting back. Yeah, that's his description. It looks a little bit on the young side.
Okay.
No scars, no pockmarks.
Yeah. As you look down at this individual's grave, your mind flashes back, and you are being awoken from your nap to a roar like you have never heard, followed by alarm bells and screams. Your nanny, Navara, opens the door, rushes into your room, and grabs you, pulling you down the halls of your elaborate, well-appointed home as the ground shakes beneath you. Portraits and objets d'art fall and crash around you off of the walls, and as you are rushed away, you catch a quick glimpse out of a window, and you see a squad of griffin riders flying valiantly towards something to battle. And then you see they are blasted by an immense hurricane of ice and cold, and they freeze in midair and fall to the ground out of view of the window as you are pulled by. Their fates unknown to you. Navara brings you to your father's study, and through an open bookcase that you never knew opened before, your parents are there, with their house wizard, Darren Lobo. Your mother, Darina, reaches towards you as screams and battle cries are heard, and you hear names of great houses being called out. Gold Jaw, Silver Scale, Fireheart, Stormwind, before a deafening roar of some great beast silences many voices. Lobo nods and begins to cast a spell, and you reach towards your nanny, hoping to grab her hand, but you vanish before you can catch her. We move forward in your mind, and you hear your parents arguing. Your father, Adramalik, is irritated, and your mother, Darina, is snide. Those damned Revenites are making it impossible to reclaim our holdings. What do you expect me to do? Raise a band of mercenaries and take back what is ours. And pay them how? We are almost out of money, and our influence has not been what it was since the fall of Draconia. What do you expect me to do? And your mind remembers a later memory. Your father has a guest in his study, and you were told to wait outside. The once lavishly appointed summer house in Rexcentrum is looking bare. Various things have been sold off as time has gone on, and you wonder who would want to buy that old portrait of great-grandsire Borgerald. But someone did, I guess. And that's when the door to the office opens, and you see your father shaking hands with a middle-aged half-elven woman with pale gray eyes and short brown hair and expensive-looking flowing green robes, as your trusty house wizard Darren Lobo looks on. She eyes you as she exits with the house wizard in tow, and nods back to your father. After she exits, your father approaches you. Well, son, good news! You are going to go study at the Soltris Academy under an invitation from the member of the Cerberus Assembly itself. Pack your things, Phineas. A Skyrain is never unprepared. And you have a lot of catching up to do, young man. You will be staying at the Academy for the foreseeable future in order to allow you time to focus on your studies. Do me proud, son.
Will do, father.
That's my lad. And so you go, and your studies in history and innovation have been going well for a very long time. Using the knowledge reclaimed by the Archmage of Antiquity, Vesteragna, you have learned quite a few tricks, and are getting ready for your entrance exams to apply to the Assembly itself. And that is when you receive a summons to the very same Archmage's office. Someplace you have never been, and few ever get invited to.
You're in trouble.
You are shown in and seated in a lavish office behind a dark wooden desk. In a deep set of green robes, you see the Archmage herself, Vesteragna. The same imposing half-elven woman with short brown and gray-streaked hair and pale gray eyes that seem to look through you as she speaks. Phineas Skyrain, you have been studying here for almost 20 years. I trust this has been to your personal satisfaction?
Absolutely.
You have been granted access to my research, and seem to have quite a solid grasp on the subject matter, and this is why I summon you. One of my artifact suppliers has not sent me something in quite some time, and I cannot conduct research if I have nothing to research, can I? Therefore, you will go and find him and discover why. This is intolerable. You will go, and you will not return empty-handed, do you understand?
Understand 100%.
Good. Fail this, and you can consider your application to the Assembly denied and the protection to your family rescinded. Succeed, however, and you will have nothing to worry about. You will enter the Assembly, climb the ranks, and your parents' comfort will continue. You understand?
A couple questions. What is the artifact?
Don't get ahead of yourself. Just find the individual.
Got it. Right. First things first, I'm just going to go to that village.
Excellent.
City.
Excellent. You will depart immediately for Palebank Village in the Graying Wildlands, and you will find Ergon Wenth. He's a dwarf.
Ergon Wenth. Got it.
And we pull back.
He's like writing down the notes.
Yep. And we pull back to the present as people are beginning to drift away from the grave of Ergon Wenth, who some of you sort of had a connection to in one way or another. And as people begin to pull back, you four realize that it's only you at this grave and one other individual who comes up to stop you from leaving. And you hear a gruff voice. Thank you for attending Ergon's service. And you turn and meet the gaze of this weathered elf. And those of you who've been here a while, most specifically Alcan, you recognize this individual as Elro Aldator. He is indeed the leader of the village. I'm sorry to speak of dark tidings under such circumstances, but I believe that Palebank Village might be in danger, and I'm hoping you can help us.
Help you how?
Well, to be frank, I know that you, Alcan, have been here for quite some time doing some training around, and you seem to have a bit of mastery with a weapon or two, from what I can tell. I know the look. I know the bearing. And you, he points to the tall copper Ravenite. You seem like you know your way around with that nasty pick of yours. Can't help but think you might be a bit of an intimidating and investigative fellow.
Who, me? Not at all.
And looking at over to the tiefling, and you lass, you seem a bit confused about what to do next here, so your bearing also belies some training with weaponry, I think.
Yes, sir. Yes. I'm very well trained. I was trained by the City Watch.
Ah, excellent. Love that. And if you pardon me, sir, pointing over to the Drakenblood Dragonborn, seems to be that you have a vested interest in Ergon here from the way you're looking at him, and seems like you might know a few things.
Fucked. I am totally fucked here. This is fucked up. All of this is wrong. He is not supposed to be in ice. What happened here?
Well, you see, about 2 months ago, Ergon returned home after exploring Iselcross up in the north there. He'd been gone for about a year, you see. He'd only been back for a few days when he came down with this very strange affliction, which made him move very slowly and caused blue veins to appear all over his body. The local priests, both of Morden the Allhammer and Corlon the Archheart, they used every spell they could muster to attempt to heal the fellow, but nothing seemed to be able to stop this strange malady. He battled the thing for weeks, until his body slowly, bit by bit, turned to ice. And, until yesterday, Quite frankly, we believed that Ergon was an isolated incident, that he had caught something or been struck by something up there in the frozen north in Islecross. But then I happened to notice a dwarf trapper in town, Tulgi Lutan. She be showing the same bits of illness. I saw veins of blue streaking up her neck. I tried to talk to her about it, but she pushed away and just said to let her die in peace. And my question to you, the four of you, would be as thus. I'd like you to find out what caused this affliction. I don't want it to be spreading among Palebank here. Tulgi won't talk to me about it, and the glass blades they're nice, but they're more known for combat than the art of diplomacy. And I think it could be useful to have people who might be able to find the truth in a complicated situation. Besides, Tulgi is not fond of the authorities, you see. So I was thinking a stalwart group of outsiders, adventurers, if you like, might have better luck talking to the woman.
Well, the authorities are simply her best option for actually having a solution. Why doesn't she trust the authorities?
I'm tending to agree with you, lass. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to change her mind without her own actions, I suppose. But perhaps you can sway her that she should give me more. It would be very helpful if you'd all be willing to take this up for me. I can pay you, of course.
And who are you exactly?
Oh, my apologies. My name is Elro. You see, Elro Aldator. I am the leader of the village here. I'm a bit of a retired ranger. I used to do a bit of glass blading in my day, but gone to pasture, I think.
So you're the authorities?
You could say that, yes. I'm the leader of this here village.
So what exactly are we supposed to do about this? I don't see how I would be much help.
Well, you never know if something might turn out dangerous or whatnot. But really, if you can figure out and find what's going on and maybe find a solution of some kind, I'd be willing to pay you for all of it. I could pay you 100 gold for the four of you to divide equally, 25 gold apiece.
Yes.
Sure.
I mean, could we get a little bit more?
Well, I don't have much more myself to talk about. I'd recommend either you can search Ergon's home. He's not going to be needing it now. Or you could
need to do that.
You could also talk to, again, I think you should try to talk to Tulgi at her cabin as well. It's up to you where you want to start, but if you could do some investigating and maybe find out what's going on, would be much appreciated. And of course, if you can find a way to discover in any way to prevent this thing from progressing beyond those who've already retrieved it, it'd be a boon for me as well.
The tiefling suddenly hops into attention and says, "Yes, sir. We will do our best."
Yes, sir.
Just point us to Ergon's house, please.
Oh, sure. It's
I will start there right away.
Of course, it's a little one-storied, one-roomed log cabin at the edge of town. There's a glass blade stationed there. Her name's Mila Tenno. She's guarding the front door, making sure nobody goes in or out. Just tell her you're on my authority, and shouldn't be a problem.
Got it. Great. Thanks. Bye. And Phineas will just start not running, but power walking towards Ergon's home.
Excuse me, you're supposed to... We're working together. Come back. You have to come back. We're working together. And the tiefling follows.
Wow.
Where's everybody going?
That way, obviously.
Yeah, just gonna kind of try to follow my footsteps.
What are we waiting on? Come on.
Yeah,
I follow in behind the tiefling.
yeah.
Like a little bit of a march, just for fun.
So Alcan, you can definitely keep these others in your field of detection as you follow them without difficulty. Following the directions, you make your way to a small log cabin, and you can see that there is a wood elf in kind of green and silver armor standing out front at full attention. She stops and challenges you as you approach. Ho there! Declare yourself.
Militeno, I presume. It is I, Phineas Skyring. I'm at the business of... Oh, I just wrote his name down.
Elro Aldator, I am Blodwen Bloodaxe. We have come at the request of your village leader. We will be investigating this premises.
What she said.
Well, of course. If Ulro sends you, then who am I to say no? By all means, go on in.
You're doing a great job, by the way.
Oh, thank you, sir. As you all enter this cramped, dark cabin, maybe once it was a nice, cozy place when its owner was alive. Now there's like an unmade bed near a frozen, cold fireplace. The mantle has some snarling beast head with gray horns hanging over it. On the other side, there's a little table that's got dirty dishes and a dwarf-sized chair before two empty shelves. The contents of the shelves are just scattered everywhere. Kitchen utensils, foodstuffs, adventuring gear, books on the shelves on the ground. It's kind of a mess in here.
Yeah, I'm going to start searching.
Okay, make an investigation check, anyone who wants to.
I will also search, but my searching will lead to cleaning. Anything I pick up to look at will get placed in a more logical position.
Great.
I rolled a 6. I can't see. It's too messy.
Yeah, you are focusing on like just the mess itself, and it kind of like stops you, and you start like, there's a fork over there, and then there's a knife all the way over there, and you're kind of running around like picking up the far bits before coming back. Meanwhile, Phineas, you easily find that there is a window in the back of the cabin that's kind of been creaked open, and you see some wet footprints like from melted snow on the desk by the window. So it's obvious that somebody has been in here, and that somebody ransacked the place. So that becomes evident to you very quickly. You see off to the side adventuring gear. You see that there's a big silvered maul kind of off to one side. There's a suit of splint armor, about dwarf-sized. You see bulky fur-lined clothing, also for a dwarf. And on the desk, on the far side of the desk, you see kind of stuck in the top is a grappling hook, and hanging off the grappling hook is a hooded lantern.
Can't tell what kind of species made the footprints. Is it human?
They're booted.
They're booted. Okay.
Yeah. And they've melted a bit.
Side, large... Okay.
They've melted a bit. They're not fresh necessarily, but like within the past couple hours, because they still have like the pools of water in the shape of the boot tread. Most people probably would have looked right past it, but you happen to catch it real quick. So that's what you see on your first thing. There's the shelves. There's books on the ground. Is there anything else anybody wants to look around here?
I tried and failed.
What were you looking around, Alixerros?
I was actually trying to watch the rest of these cats as they were doing whatever they were doing.
Okay. You watch them. You don't pick up any intent from them, but they're all digging around and stuff.
No kidding.
Actually, could I walk around and kind of like with the butt of my glaive, kind of like start tapping around some places and see if there's like any sort of like hidden compartments? Or, like,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Investigation. There it is. 16.
Yeah, as you are kind of bonking things around with the butt end of your glaive here, a book falls out of the shelf. It was kind of like half on, but it falls out and it opens up. And while you can't necessarily read it, there is a piece of paper that's been stuffed inside this book that's sticking out a little bit.
Alcan's gonna pick it up and kind of like, or pick up the book how it fell, and kind of like gesture it towards in the direction of everybody else and be like, I think I maybe found something. He's just gonna hold it out.
Phineas will quickly walk over and grab it out of his hands. Thanks, stranger. What's your name?
Alcan.
Alcan. Great job, Alcan. Thank you. I'm gonna look at this book. Look at the note. What is the note? What's on it?
Yeah, so the book is just like some kind of like trashy romance novel. The note, however, is a receipt that's been used as a bookmark. The receipt is from about 2 months ago, and it indicates that Ergon had sold several Aeorian items, whatever those are, that he found in Iselcross to an antique shop named Pelk's Curiosities for 1,000 gold pieces.
Oof.
The items listed are a dagger, a scroll case, a jade statuette, a quiver of 20 arrows, a silver ring set with jasper, and 2 blue glass vials.
Oh,
Are you reading that out loud?
Izzy.
What am I doing?
Your best.
Yeah, I guess I'm mumbling it more to myself, and I guess if you guys want to listen in, you will hear everything I mentioned on the list, including the name of this place, Pelk's Curiosities. I'm going to take one more look around the room and be like, well, this was nice, being in a very cozy place with you all, but I got another place to check up on.
What? No, we are working together. We need to go question.
Are we working together? Right, that's what that guy said.
The village leader said, all of us.
Told to.
I mean, it sounded more like a suggestion. You guys can follow me if you want.
What?
Thank you, sir. Very
That's
kind
not.
of you.
That's not how this works. The town.
I hand her the trashy romance novels. Like, here, some light reading.
What? I throw it on the ground.
Aren't you going to pick that up?
Well. Yes.
we all look at her.
I pick it up and I put it on the table. Fine, but we are working together. The village leader has spoken.
All right, if we're working together, I should probably know your names. Because I don't think we've gotten that far, right?
Well, you just asked mine.
You have...
Well, I got you, Alcan. And you are? Looking at the tiefling?
Blodwen Bloodaxe. You just saw me talk to the glass, what it's called, glass blade, to the glass blade. And you are Phineas Skyrain. And you seem to be a scoundrel.
Scoundrel, that's a new one to me. Awesome. Well, that looks like that takes care of everyone. Let's all go to the curiosity shop.
What? Why are we going to the curiosity shop? We're supposed to go, and we're supposed to talk to the witness who is ill. Though perhaps we should take precautions before we go and speak to this person, because if this illness spreads, then we wouldn't want to carry it around to everyone we talk to.
But the only
Good
thing that we
idea.
found that might be a lead in here is also the curiosity shop.
Thank you, Alcan. See, someone sees it from my point of view.
How do we know about a curiosity shop?
It's all on this receipt.
If
Oh,
it's
and
items that he found from ancient ruins, they might have something on them. No, I saw a bunch of possibly magical things once. You never know what could be dangerous.
Alcan, as you say this, you've kind of walked over to the side of the room where the desk is. And with your investigation check, you also become aware of those wet puddles that are obviously leftover boot marks. And notice that the window is just barely cracked open and someone definitely climbed through it. And they're probably the ones who ransacked this room.
So he gets sick, dies, and someone ransacks?
How do you know someone ransacked?
The window's open. And there's wet boot puddles in front of the window. And everything's just all over the place. I assume he didn't live like this.
Well, I wouldn't know how he lived. But
Again, that's I just assume.
should we follow the tracks then? That seems like the most logical next step.
We can go look. I don't know what tracks might be left. How has the weather been the past, 24 hours, 48 hours?
It's been lightly... It's only just started snowing during the funeral. Otherwise, it's just been cold.
There might still be possibly tracks left if there are any.
If nothing else, we need to take down measurements so that we can figure out and compare it to other boot prints as we narrow down a suspect.
That sounds like a lot of math and numbers. We can skip that part. Rough estimate, and let's just go.
No.
Yes.
Tell you what, Blood Axe.
Whoa, Phineas jumps a little bit. God damn, have you been standing there the whole time?
This way.
I just came in through the window. Those are my boot prints.
What?
I'm joking.
How dare
Would you like to go look at the boot prints? Get out of here.
Yes.
Give this one a little space.
I will walk outside around the
Wasn't
building.
talking to you. I
You're
was
talking to me.
I wasn't talking at all. I'm just moving.
Phineas just looks at you as you start talking and walks out the door.
This is unacceptable. You are part of a team.
That one's going to be a bit of trouble, I think.
Well, I will go and investigate the prints, and I will write down observations and measurements so that we can compare against anything else we encounter. If someone
I'm with
sought
you.
to steal something from this residence, then perhaps it is related.
I'm gonna go to the grass blade. Can you describe how to get to the curiosity shop for me?
Oh, of course, sir. And she describes it. And as she's describing it, Alcan, as she's describing the way, you realize you kind of know the basics how to get there. There's just one turn that you've never taken before. But the name, as you say it, means something to you. About 2 months ago, You know that the shop was robbed and vandalized.
Hmm.
It just comes to you as you're having this discussion with the glass blade.
Phineas,
Yeah, over here.
how long ago was the receipt from?
Is there a date on the receipt?
Yeah, it is dated about 2 months ago.
Looks like it's been about 2 months ago.
Because if I remember right, that curiosity shop was also robbed about 2 months ago. Was it not? He's gonna like turn in the direction of the grass blade.
It was actually. We investigated and didn't find the culprit. It was broken up a bit, and a few things were missing. I can't remember what though. I was just on guard duty outside. I didn't do any of the actual questioning. I'm new.
Of course, no, I understand. But do you remember anybody talking about anything that might be similar to how this house was left?
Well, no one else has turned to ice, so...
Well, I mean, broken window, or opened window, things are strewn inside.
What open
Nothing
window?
much. The window's open inside by the desk, and there's watermarks in front of the window on the inside.
What? And she immediately runs in and, like, looks around and goes, oh, no. It wasn't like this morning when I started my watch.
So someone broke in just today.
Oh, God, Erlo's gonna kill me. Oh, Captain's gonna kill me. Oh, God. Oh, I knew I'd mess this up. All I had to do was make sure nobody came in. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Well,
You gotta help me. You gotta find out who did this. You gotta fight him. I can't leave. This is my post. If I leave my post to look, then I'm in trouble because no one's here to look at it. I have to say, you have to do this for me. You have to figure this out.
Why do you know the answer to my question? Do you remember if there was any evidence of how someone entered the store when it was robbed?
I think they had just broken through the lock somehow on the front door.
All right, so we got a receipt from 2 months ago selling some items from Alixerros to the curiosity shop, who is then robbed. People get sick, then this house is robbed. Weird. Well, you told me how to get to the curiosity shop. Do you know how to get to the person who's sick currently?
Oh, yeah, Tulgi, right? She's not a big fan, so I don't really know her. I think she lives over that way, and she kind of describes the way. As you're having this discussion, what is everybody else doing? Phineas, did you go around to look at the tracks? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I wanted to do that, yes.
Okay. Is anyone else doing that?
Mind mid-walk. I am absolutely out there taking notes and
Cool.
drawing a sketch and...
Great. And Alixerros?
I've changed my mind, apparently. I am not going to the boot prints anymore, and I'll be hanging out with this stammering guard.
Okay. So the two of you, by the boot prints, they clearly are visible and lead off in a direction. It's not even tried to describe. Blodwen, it is obvious to you, given your heritage and upbringing, these are dwarven boots.
Understood. I keep waiting for a minute where I'm going to try this Scottish accent thing, and I just can't bring myself to do it.
That's fine. You don't have to.
Do it.
It's hard.
I'll
I
do my
tried
best
to learn
Christopher
it.
Walken.
Oh, it's super hard. All accents are hard if they're
It's
not
like
yours.
the one that I can't maintain.
I'll
I can
look
do
at
lots of
Bloodwen.
weird accents. Anyway,
Just make it.
I'll look at Bloodwen and say, so what do you think? Gnome? Halfling?
they're clearly dwarven.
Come again?
Dwarven. They're dwarf boots. Let's
Okay.
follow them. Wait,
Right.
can I
Finally,
hear
something we agree on.
what? That can I hear Mila freaking out from where we are?
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay.
By this point, you figured this out, and this is when she's like gone in and come out, and now she's freaking out.
Well, all right, team. We'll follow the boot prints.
Oh, thank you. Please, find him, arrest him, trade him. I don't care. But geez, if
Back to your post, officer.
Yeah, that I'm here. This is the front door. This is where I'm supposed to be.
Right. And I walk.
Okay, and Blodwen walks off following the trail.
Are we talking to somebody?
Are you?
Well, I guess I'm asking that to whoever's standing in front of me still.
Well,
Alcan is right there.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to follow the boot prints and see where they go, but due to the time lining up, we should also check with the curiosity shop, to be honest. Just to at least find out what was taken.
I've got it written in my notebook. Let's go.
Let's
Okay.
do the boot thing, I think.
First things first. Alcan will go off in that direction.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone except Alcan, go ahead and make a perception check.
It's my first time playing a character who's not proficient in perception, and I'm going to regret this. Or maybe not.
Oh my god, I'm proficient in it, and I still rolled a 5.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Alixerros and Phineas, you notice that as you are marching along, Alcan is never more than 10 feet away from anyone. Like, if he has to speed up or slow down, he always stays within 10 feet of the group.
Like in the back? Or just wherever he lands?
Wherever he is, like, he'll be in the middle of the group. He and you notice, like, at one point, he was, like, lagging behind until he caught up. He doesn't seem to, like, trip over anything or whatever, but he never leaves, like, he's always within 10 feet of somebody.
All right.
Just a thing to notice.
I don't know what to do. Yeah. I'll keep that
What a
noted.
peculiar bunch I found myself with.
Yeah.
D&D man.
So you all follow the tracks through the woods, and eventually, as it is getting dark out, although most of you are not bothered by such things, you can see what seems to be a snow-covered cabin. It looks pretty peaceful and quiet from the outside. The windows are shuttered, and there's a steady stream of smoke piping out from the chimney, which seems to indicate that there's someone home with a roaring fire inside. Seems to be like a similar, like, one-story, one-room kind of deal.
Is this where the boot prints led us?
It is. You're about 20 feet away on the outside of at the edge of the forest line here.
I'll go to the door and knock.
Right there next to her.
Yeah. So you knock, and then you hear a moment later a response from further inside the room. Go away!
Sorry to
Okay.
disturb you. I'm Blodwen Bloodaxe, and we're here on behalf of the town leader. We have come following boot prints from the scene of a break-in and have some questions for you.
I don't care. Go away.
No.
Tolgi, is that you?
God.
There's no response.
Would I know this is not the way to Tolgi?
Well, you don't know, actually,
That's true.
because you were told a direction, but you don't know where
Right.
you are along, because you went a different way. So who's to say if you're there or not?
Worth a shot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try one more time. Well, not one more time, but just try. I'll knock on the door and I'll say, I believe maybe you perhaps took something that probably at the end belongs to me. So if you could just give that up to me, it's an artifact. That's really all I can say about it. But if you hand that over, I will leave you alone.
Make a persuasion check. I guess this is persuasion.
Am I helping or hurting?
Welcome to how I roll persuasion.
13. Not great, not bad.
All right. So you don't hear anything, and then a few moments later, the door cracks open, and this blast of heat hits you as your eyes adjust and focus. The door's been opened, a crack, seemingly to allow you to let yourself in.
If I peek through the crack, do I see anyone there?
No.
No?
No, it's like just a sliver.
Okay. So I'm going to look at Blodwen and say, see, it's as easy as that. You take what's yours, and they'll let you in. Anyways, I open the door.
Yeah, so you open the door the whole way, and the heat inside this small cabin. What's a camera? This cabin hits you all like a blast of a hammer blow, and you see a table set with neatly stacked dishes, and you enter, and there are tools and utensils on this table at the center of the room. You can smell like a simmering soup on a pot that's hanging inside of a roaring fireplace, bubbling away. Tick, 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 tick. And you can see another fire burning in an iron brazier at the opposite end of the room, which is kind of filling the cabin with this like smoky haze. Maybe it's some kind of like breathing in ungentle thing, who's to say? And shivering at the end of the bed near the brazier is a dwarf wrapped in blankets, and you can see bulging blue veins streak her face, her neck, and her hands.
Wow, you do not look good.
You must be... Oh gosh, Tolgi. What have you touched?
Well, none of your business. Now, what is it you want here?
Oh, I wanted the artifact?
There is no artifact.
There is
Why
no
did you
artifact.
break into Urgon's house?
Make a persuasion check.
Interesting. 13.
Okay. Well, you can see she just looks exhausted. It's like, well, you don't look like glass blades.
No, he tasked us with just trying to figure out what's making everybody sick. We're not trying to arrest anybody.
That's good. You see, I came here a few years back from Shady Creek Run with my sister. We work for a certain family there, the Utalot family. And they sent us here and a few others to keep an eye on anything fancy that might be coming from Alixerros, with the intent of acquiring them. You see, when such things come through the area, they're often unusual, and people try to keep them away from Uthadern or the Dwendalian Empire. So when I heard that Urgon had come back with some treasures, I thought I saw him a chance. I waited for him to sell whatever it is he had, and, well, helped myself to them after the fact.
So you're the one that broke into the curiosity shop.
Aye, that I was. It's my job.
What did you touch?
Whatever he sold, there was there was a dagger and a statue and a ring and there was some
Glass vials?
There was glass vials. There was something else. What was it? There was a scroll case. That's what it was, and a quiver of arrows. Yeah, that's all.
Did you prick your finger on any of the arrows? Did you read the scroll? Did you drink the vials?
Nah, of course not. I gave it all to my sister, or well, most of it. I kept myself a something useful out of it all.
What something?
Well, and she kind of reaches under her pillow and produces a dagger. What is everybody's passive perception scores at this lovely level 1 that you all are?
12.
11.
11.
That's a perception.
Oh,
11.
sorry, 13.
13.
Wow.
14.
14.
Get out.
I'm spicing it up.
Surprised to no one.
Cool. Cool.
It's not what you think.
Yeah. So she produces this dagger. All of you can notice that the blade is in that it's obviously a very ornate blade and a very ornate sheath. She's produced it from under her shirt and the blankets that she's wrapped up in. It seemed like a nice one, and I thought it'd be useful at some point.
That's understandable. Did you cut yourself on it at all?
No, I haven't used it, haven't even drawn it, really, other than to look at it.
Have you been keeping it under that pillow?
The pillow when I sleep, or, in my person, if I've gone out.
So to be clear, were you blue and sick before you touched any of these items? Have you gone up to Isselcross? Or did all of this happen, this blue sickness, for lack of a better term, happen after you broke in and stole things?
No, it can't be related. This only happened a few days ago.
How long ago did you break in?
2 months ago.
About 2 months ago.
Right, but just today, breaking in to the house.
Oh, well, I was looking to see if the old dwarf had any notes about what was happening, about if he knew where anything was, or if he knew of a cure or anything. I was desperate. You have to understand, it's...
When did you meet your sister to give her the things?
A few days ago.
And I assume you both were touching the items. Where's your sister? How's she feeling?
She's fine as far as I know. She's at a cave up north of the village. Locals call it Croaker Cave, where she is taken up residence.
How far out of the city is that, or town?
It's a few miles.
I'm gonna look in the group's direction. Might be worth checking.
Togi, what is your sister planning to do with these things? Is she holding on to them now, or is she planning to move them?
No, she'll be sending them along, I'm sure, when she has the opportunity to the Oodalots. That's her job.
Yeah, I was afraid you'd say that. How soon might she try to do that, if, everything went well?
I couldn't say. She keeps her own schedule.
How does she transport them, if you don't mind me asking?
Never asked.
Interesting.
Well, there's two things we can do, as far as I think. We can go check on the sister and see if she's sick. Maybe we can look at the items if she still has them. Also, we should see if the shopkeep is sick. So if he came into contact with the items too, he might be sick as well.
Does anyone in the town
That is a
Phineas,
good idea.
you have very strong opinions on everything.
I
How
do.
do you feel?
I would
Look,
say let's check the shopkeep first, since it happened first. Before
Look,
the sister.
do whatever you want. Just go. I've told you everything I know. Leave me to die alone.
Can you do
Okay.
We should take this for evidence, also, so that perhaps if it is the cause of your illness.
Well, I'm not touching that.
No, it cannot be. It's just a nice little dagger. Can't be that.
You could be surprised what magic can do.
Have you seen or been in contact with anyone else other than your sister in the last few days or months?
Just the normal folk.
Normal folk in town?
Have you come into contact with anybody since you've been sick, or a couple
Are
days
they
before?
also sick, the normal folk that you've come in contact with? Because the only person
As
I know...
far as I know, it was only Urgon.
And what do you and Urgon have in common?
I don't know. We're both dwarves.
The items.
And
The items.
You both had these items.
Well, so did Pelk. For a time.
Yeah, we should go look on him, you're right. And your sister, I suppose. Well, we'll leave you to it, and it's awfully hot in here, so...
She kind of like eyes the dagger. Fine, take it. Just let me die. Unless you figure out a way to fix me, then you come back and you cure me.
Will do.
Fingers crossed.
And she just waves you all out.
Well, we should probably try to go check on the shopkeep first, since they're already in town before we leave town.
Very well, very well. And this whole time, Blodwen has been writing in this tiny little notebook.
Blodwen, do you think you might have enough information to, report back to what's-his-face? Getting close to solving this thing, don't we think?
I don't think
Until
we're
we
even
have
close to
a
there yet.
solution. We should not split up. And in fact, now we are contaminated. So we should be careful on how many people we interact with.
We don't know if we're contaminated or not. We should be cautious, but
So
try to be
who
optimistic.
who
Plan on sticking
is
out.
carrying the dagger?
Yes.
I have gloves. Based on my character face that I made.
Why don't you tell us what you're wearing now?
Right?
So do you have the dagger on you, Blodwen?
Yes, I will carry the dagger.
Great. As you look at it, anyone who wants to, as they look at this thing, as you kind of tuck it into your stuff, can make an Arcana or a History check on it if you're trained in Arcana or History.
I think you should leave it here.
Not trained in either of those things.
So you
I am
could
trained in Arcana, but know nothing.
so you could make a History check then.
Okay. 19.
Blodwen, you've seen a few things like this back in Uthadern. It has markings that indicate that it is reminiscent of the fallen flying city of Aor, which is back when all the cities fall during the calamity. And with that, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, everybody. Matt's already gone. So thank you all for being with us so far on this exciting adventure into Wildmount. We'll be back in 5 minutes after a little short rest. So we'll see you in just a moment. Hello, everyone. We are back. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for giving us a couple extra moments there. We're back in it, and our group of thrown together individuals has decided to head towards Pelk's Curiosities, the antique shop that they found referenced both in a receipt that they found while looking in the departed Ergen's home, and also from Tulgi, who they just questioned about her activities. So we resume with the group discussing what they would like to do and heading towards the curiosity shop, I believe.
That's right. Yes. We agreed on that.
Wonderful.
So we're all going to walk over.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So it is getting later in the evening, getting a little bit dark. Most of you have dark vision or other means to see by, so it's not too much of a hindrance for you. As you make your way, Alcan, you know roughly the way to go, and you were told where it is, so you can kind of guide most of the way. As you approach what is the curiosity shop, you see what is like a kind of longer one-story log cabin. The windows are shuttered and locked, presumably from the inside, and so it's pretty dark in there. There's a front door, and as you approach, you can see the cabin before you has a sign over its door, which in the last bit of starlight here, and the light bit of snow falling down, you can see a sign over the door, which reads Pelk's Curiosities, with the image of a curving dragon used to make the letter P. And though the shop appears to be closed and locked up, the front door is slightly ajar.
Ooh.
All of you, as you approach, can hear whispers and footsteps coming from inside the cabin.
This is Blodwen Bloodaxe.
Oh shit.
We're entering the premises. Put your hands up.
Why would you just announce that?
We?
What is your problem?
Yeah, no, you go ahead, Blodwen.
I disappear around the back.
I push open the door.
Great. You are met with some interesting things. 5 crossbow bolts fire at you.
Holy crap.
5 of them.
5 of them.
This is why we don't announce ourselves.
I
Have you ever heard
imagine
of
your character's
thieves'
just
crossbow?
outside.
That's
being like,
regulations.
See, I told you.
It's protocol.
Maybe where you're
So,
from.
I need to change a setting on this. Do. Great. What is your armor class there, Blodwen?
13.
You are hit by 3 crossbow bolts.
Very good.
Actually, no, they had advantage because you announced yourself and they
Yep.
were waiting for you. So you were hit by 5 crossbow bolts. One of them is a natural 20.
All right.
So 5 crossbow bolts. That is that.
That is a time to roll up a new character.
Yeah.
You fall unconscious immediately, as the first one hits you for 9 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
The second one hits you for 7 points of damage. Which sends you unconscious, right?
Yes, it's -2, in fact.
All right, so you fall to the ground as 3 other crossbolts, ping, 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 pepper through the doorway. And because one of them rolled a natural 20, I need Alcan and Phineas to roll a d20 for me, because the other unnamed Dragonborn has creeped off to the back. So Phineas, you get blasted, and by this one that looks like it would have been straight through Blodwen's heart, hits you right in your kneecap, and you take 4 points of piercing damage.
And
Wait,
that was
took
the
an
end
arrow
of your
to the knee.
hampering career.
Right? Yeah, I'm just were we all thinking that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, it had to travel farther, so it got you in the knee.
And they were aiming lower because, you know.
She's short.
5 foot. Come on.
A short
Very
armor.
tall for a dwarf.
It's true. So I'm going to need everyone to roll some initiative here. And let's bring out the first map. So you can select your tokens and roll the initiative. And it will add you to the map. Let's see. Alixerros has run off to the back side of the building. Alcan and Phineas are just outside, and poor Blodwen is on the ground, unconscious.
So unfortunate.
And not surprising.
All right, which one of us is the cleric secretly?
Me.
Now's the
Just
time.
kidding.
Unsurprisingly, no one chose cleric.
Well, you know, sometimes things happen. And here we are. Where is that? Oh, they've moved it around. Here we go. Descending. Alixerros, what was your initiative?
16.
16. Okay.
What? Did it not go through? I selected my token.
It did not.
Bollocks.
That's okay. I can add it. Not a problem. All right. Well, we are going to go over to our first map for Forged in Ice, everybody. Here we go.
Woo!
All right. And here we go. Oh. There we go. All right, here we are. Battle has begun. Woof, and up first, we got so Phineas inside. You can see well, not much apparently. I don't know why you can't see through that. Let me. Oh, that is why. Because I am bad at my job. There we go.
I beg to differ.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's certainly the best DM Nuuli Forged has.
Well, thank you. That is true. At least so far. All right. So, Phineas, with your vision, you can see into the darkness, and you see a few individuals staggered there.
Yeah.
And they reload some light crossbows and fire them directly at you.
Oh my god.
The first one is a 6, which will zoom right over your head. The second one is a 21 to hit
Hits.
for 4 points of piercing damage. And you can see they just kind of hang out there. Alcan, you will notice that there is a gray circle around your token. That is your field of vision.
Okay. Sweet.
And with that, Alcan, it is your turn. And Alixerros, you are on deck.
So this is the door?
Yep. Yes, this is the open doorway that Blodwen has entered and collapsed under, and you can see her.
Clearly somebody's not too great at forethought, and Alcan's just gonna move up. So much is happening. Mouse sensitivity, what's going on? There we go. It's used to me playing high Twitch video games. I'm going to draw my glaive and take a swing at this fool.
At what
Or
fool?
am I-
At
this
Blood.
one?
What, at Blodwen?
That is
Blodwen.
that is
Oh, that's
Blodwen.
Blodwen?
Yes, that is Blodwen.
Okay, that fool. Got you.
I mean,
I mean,
Still a-
Yep. She is on the ground. She's prone.
So I was there 5, 10, 15,
Yep.
20.
Yeah, you charge through the door and find yourself with a few friends around you. As you enter, 3 of them fire their held actions to shoot you
Oh,
with
no.
crossbow bolts. That is a 19 to hit for 8 piercing damage.
Holy shit.
A 5 to hit
Mm-hmm.
and an 18 to hit
Yep.
for 5 piercing damage.
I'm down.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
So Alcan
All the amber.
All the damage.
Alcan falls down as well. Next up, we have Alixerros.
Alixerros is how I've decided to.
Alixerros?
Yeah, I'm terrible at
Alixerros.
introductions. I didn't say my name earlier, so.
No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
well, no one
you
asked.
weren't asked. So
Well, good. What am I looking at? Let's see.
go ahead. Just make a quick perception check for me.
Cool. Ten. I don't like this. I prefer being proficient with this skill.
Yeah. You can actually see there is a window. There's a window kind of right here, and you can see that it is like open a bit. It's not locked. Like if you punch through the shutters, you can probably get through there if you wanted to.
Cool. Yeah. Let's punch the window.
Please
Right.
don't hurt yourself.
Cool. Oh, you can use your pick as well. Go ahead,
Yeah,
make
with
a
the blunt end of my pick. I'll punch through the window.
yeah, make a attack roll.
Real quick before I do that, is there another window like nearby, like down the wall?
You did see there was one down here. You don't know about any others though.
Cool. All right. Attack roll coming up, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to hit. So,
You say that.
well, that's damage. That's not an attack roll.
There we go.
17 definitely hits. You smash through the window. You can climb through. It's half movement to climb through, but it's not difficult. You're pretty tall.
I mean, I'm not going to crawl in before I can see something, right? Can I see inside now that I've...
Looking through this window that you've smashed through and busted in the shutter, which definitely made noise, you just see a dark room. And do you stick your head in? You see, or do you not stick your head in?
What do you think?
You tell me. How forward thinking is your character?
Like there's something in the way, something else that needs to be smashed through, like something that would block my vision?
No, like you just see a dark room.
Oh, okay. No, I don't stick my head in. Let me run down here and see if there's another window.
The other window is about 25 feet from you. Oh, you're going that way. I see. There is not another window in that side.
Or wherever the other window is. I gotta go around the side of the building.
So, before you went to that side of the building, you saw a window down here. By the front door. That's the only other window you've seen so far.
Oh, gotcha. I'm still in the front.
No, you are around the corner.
I'm on the side. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna round this corner then. See what I see.
Cool. There's another window there.
Great. I'm gonna smash that one.
You've used your action to smash the previous window.
Right. Sorry, I should specify. Not on this round. I'm gonna hang out here to smash it.
But you know, you also get an object interaction. So if you want to try to smash it, make an athletics check.
Oh, we can.
But you got to get up close to it. So you got to be like over here. Do you have the movement?
That's what I thought would happen.
Well, you couldn't reach it anyway. It's just out of reach, and so you kind of just glance off the window. That brings us next to Phineas.
Gosh, I really want to just activate Rage and run in there, but...
Different character.
I know. Go up there, I will cast Cure Wounds on Blodwen.
Okay, go for it.
For 8
Woo.
points of healing.
One of us has that?
8 points of healing damage to Blodwen. Nice. Which is good.
Yeah, very good. Don't have any bonus actions, so that's all I can do. So I will lean down, touch Blodwen, say, let's not do that again. Cure her 8 points, and then step off to the side.
All right, you step out of the way. All right, that brings us next to Blodwen. You are prone on the ground.
Great. I'm just going to say, well, that was unexpected. Rage, get up, and let's see, my motion is, so I can do 15, 5, 10.
And you definitely see Alcan down on the ground as well.
Yeah. I will run up to here. And I will attack that one.
All right, go
And
for
The
it.
rage.
Yeah.
So weird seeing someone else rage.
I don't know how, but I've forgotten how to barbarian. I find myself very confused.
Just
It's really
make
simple.
your
You
attack
just
roll.
wait
That's it.
And swing
Yeah.
an axe, yeah.
I clicked it. Did it go? It didn't go.
There you go.
11.
An 11 just misses
Well, that's
Oof.
bad.
as they duck out of the way.
That was assault on a... Well, it was assault.
Okay. Next up, we have some more banditos here. Well, you are now the threat, so 3 of them kind of close ranks on you. Or I guess they all kind of these 4 kind of swarm around you. And they're all going to attempt to scimitar you. The first one is an 8, which misses.
Correct.
A 13
Hits.
for 3 slashing damage, reduced to 1
Great.
because of your rage. And then a 14 to hit for 7 slashing damage, reduced to 3.
Oh, it's reduced to 3. Great. 7 minus 3 is 4.
That's a dirty 20 for 3 slashing damage, reduced to 1.
Great.
And the last one misses you entirely, and it skates off of your armor and slices the guy next to him up a little bit. And he's like, "Ow!" And what languages do you speak?
Dwarvish and Elvish.
You hear an Elvish, "Watch it, you idiot!" As they take some damage from their friend and ally who fucked up royally with a natural 1.
Ta-da! Karma.
That brings us to Alcan. Alcan, I'm going to need you in this moment to privately roll me a d20, and Alcan
What is it? /GM?
/GR. And go ahead and in this moment describe a life flashing before your eyes moment that you see.
Alcan remembers, weekends at home with his mom, just like baking away in the kitchen. The house, the smell of like different breads just filling the air.
Nice, very nice. So you remember that as you drift further into unconsciousness. Alixerros, right?
Alixerros.
Alixerros, it is your turn. Phineas is on deck.
All right. I assume that things are not going well inside there. Is this window reachable, or perhaps I'm wasting my time?
I mean, if you move down to it, you're still 10 feet away from it.
I'm gonna move under it, and I'm gonna shout very loudly. That's enough! Put down your weapons, we've got you surrounded.
Make an intimidation check.
Everyone's in cop mode today.
Mm-hmm.
It's contagious.
Whew. All right. Wow. Okay. That is intimidating indeed. You
How long?
bellow this from outside, like through a window. Still, it gets through, even though there's snow and everything. It gets through. You'll have to see what they do. Those of you inside, so I guess Blodwen, you see looks of concern dart across the face of these 5 individuals you are in here with.
And then I smash the window.
Great. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Yep. It's a 5. Yeah, you smashed through the window.
Just barely.
That would have sucked. It was like, get down! Dink!
Yeah, definitely have made an impact.
Last window.
Anything else, Alixerros?
I better quit while I'm ahead.
All right, that brings us to Phineas with Blodwen on deck.
All right. I will go up. 5, 10, 15, 20. I will say everyone wants to be a goddamn hero, and I will touch Alcan and cure him.
All right. Go ahead, roll that beautiful heal damage. 12 healing damage. Oof.
Health.
That is nice.
Boom. Up in 1.
You might be the best cure woundser we've had.
Guys, wait, hold on. This is level 1. Our max HP is like 10, so...
You
Yeah.
literally healed me for max.
He literally has 12 hit points, so you definitely healed him up.
Okay.
These days, that's pretty good healing, like
Right.
Warlock and our regular.
Yeah,
No.
but
At level
that's
1?
good, because that is max healing. That is a D8 plus 4.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. At level 1, that is all of my spell slots, so I'm done. No one else go down.
Well, we'll figure it
You
out.
have to tell me twice.
Right? So that was 20, 25, 30.
All right. Blodwen, you've seen that all of these elves have taken a moment in hesitation and are contemplating what they will do next after you heard Alixerros shout. Although I don't know if you caught his name yet, but the other Dragonborn has made a very authoritative, intimidating claim.
For those that have heard me already, I have like very clearly changed my voice when I did that.
What into?
You heard him. We're very clearly, we've got you surrounded. You better surrender. And I beat on this one.
And you beat on that one.
I beat on that one.
All right.
Attempt to.
Are
21.
you-
A 21 hits, yeah. For 10 slashing damage.
Yep.
I will remind everyone that they are able to do non-lethal damage if they ever want to with melee weapons.
You're talking to a barbarian currently raging.
No, I'm just reminding everybody.
Yes. You have broken the rules. You better surrender.
Yep.
And then kills one.
So indeed,
For emphasis.
that's weird.
Intimidation.
Yeah, so with that, make an intimidation check at advantage after that attack and backing up the other claim.
Still only a 12. That's so annoying.
Okay. Well, between that damage that you did, which almost takes out this person on itself, and the shout, the elves kind of steel themselves, and well, they're all going to make wisdom saving throws. What is your spellcasting DC, Alixerros? Alixerros.
A good question. I'm so glad you asked, because now's the time to learn what that answer is.
I was like, I don't have one. Oh god, what do I do? Wait.
Do I have one?
Yes, you do.
God, it's been so long.
just
Where
go
do I find it?
Just go to your spells tab. Same place it is for Spoot.
Yeah, but you're right. 13.
All right. We're going to make some wisdom saving throws.
Against?
Against you scaring the shit out of them, claiming to be that they are surrounded and should give up.
Oh, does that count as a spell? That's cool.
No. I'm just using that as a force of presence there.
Gotcha.
It is not a spell, it's just a fair DC. Alright, well, proof. 3 of them look like they are going to give up the fight. But the 2 right in front of Alcan and Blodwen down here see through the ruse and they're like, they're lying! So 3 of them lower their crossbows and their scimitars and do not attack this turn. However, 2 of them do. And so the one in front of Blodwen attempts to slice at Blodwen. Oh, that is a natural 20.
All right.
Yeah. So actually, 1, 2. It's not the 2 in front of Alcan and Blodwen. It is this one behind Blodwen and the one in front that Alcan Blodwen almost slashed to death.
Okay.
So from behind you, a scimitar stabs into your back, Alcan, and you take 11 reduced to 5 slashing damage.
I'm down.
And Alcan falls unconscious and
Not
prone.
me.
No,
Sorry, Blodwen.
Blodwen.
Blodwen falls
I was like,
unconscious and
"Excuse
prone.
me."
However, the one in front of you that is barely hanging on after a massive great axe just cleaved into them, hurls a scimitar attack at you, Blodwen, or at Alcan. God, why am I mixing you two up? And you are still on the ground, so she's got advantage. With advantage, that is a 12.
Miss.
Yeah. You expertly dodge out of the way. Good job. And Alcan, it is now your turn.
I stand up.
Yeah.
And fuck. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Alcan's just gonna say. Wait, did I hear? Was I conscious for what Alixerros said?
You were not.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing at this one that's swung at me.
Yeah, go for it.
And that's natural.
Oh no. You swing your glaive and they duck under it, and your glaive jams into this table here as you swing wide. Or like you brought it down and it's just too far, so it's like stuck in there. Give me a strength check to try to pull it loose. DC
Strength or athletics?
Athletics, DC 12.
30-20.
You are able to wrench it free. So good job. Your weapon's not stuck.
All right.
All right. Anything else on your turn, Alcan?
No.
All right. Alixerros.
You said it right the first time.
Alixerros. God damn it. I'm gonna do it every time.
Call me Ross. How's that?
Ross, it is. Alex, it's your turn.
Cannon.
Phineas, you're on deck.
Quickly looking down the wall, do I see another door?
No.
Okay, fuck it. Let's go for this window. I'm gonna get through it. Half movement, right, to get inside?
Yep. So, half movement, you jump through 10 feet of movement, you smash into some kind of drying rack or something, but you're in a room. There's a creaked open door over here, and there is a lump in this bed over here. Who knows what it is? There is no... I know the map shows blood on the ground. There isn't any.
Okay, good. I'm like, nope, I'm out. Back through the window. I have 15 feet left? Question mark? How much? Wait, I'm sorry.
Yep.
That should get me.
You've got 20 feet left because you have 30 feet movement.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, right, it took 10 to get inside. That should get me to the door.
Yep. Yep, you get to the door. You can open the door for your object interaction if you want to.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so here's what I'm going to attempt, because I've not done this in a long time.
All right, you swing open the door, and that is what you see.
Great. I'm going to try to stand here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy. That was unexpected. Well, and I'm going to attempt to fire my breath weapon in a line and hopefully hit at least a couple of them.
What line are you firing it in?
Can I finagle some way to do that line?
Yeah, you can fire it. I would say you can fire it.
This is where I get a little hazy because I know the line. It's not like a literal line. It's like it can do like a little.
Yeah, it's 5 feet wide. So you can like fire it down this way, and get these two in the edges of it without hitting Blodwen, which I assume is what you're shooting for.
Yeah, she hasn't given me any reason not to like her. It's a shame that other Dragonborn wasn't standing over there.
All right. So what do they roll? It's a dex save?
It's a dex save, and I'm gonna roll that now? Question mark.
Yep. Go ahead. Roll for it. What is the DC?
I guess that was. Oh, the DC is what is that? DC for save 8 plus con mod plus proficiency. So what is that? Oh no, my screen is frozen. 11 plus 2, 13.
13. Okay, one succeeds and one fails. So the first one succeeds. The second one takes the full 5. Is it half damage on a success?
Yes, let me triple check that's correct. I believe that is true.
All right, makes sense. So you release a jet of fire in a straight line.
Acid.
So this line of acid shoots out of Alex's mouth, bursting through, like spattering the wall, scarring it, pockmarking it, and hurting a couple friends here.
Foes, I hope. Is what you meant to say.
Yes, a couple of foes and enemies. Anything else on your turn? Any bonus actions?
I'm out of movement, aren't I?
You are.
I'm gonna brace for this guy in the corner to hit me with something.
Okay, you don't want to do any bonus actions?
I don't think I have any.
You do. Unless...
Do I know about it?
Well, you should. I mean, I guess it depends on the spells you selected. Ah. Okay. You don't have the spell, so never mind.
It didn't let me choose it, because I looked at that right before we got on. I assume that was on purpose and that I don't know that yet.
Well, I will remind you that you do have your Hexblade's Curse as a bonus action if you look on the bonus action tab.
Okay.
You don't have to use it, but it's there for you if you want to.
We're going to say that I'm called to use it because I think this would be the first time. Who looks straight in front of me? How does that guy look? I don't know if I'm out of things I can do. Let me put it on him.
Which one?
The one like directly down.
Dang it.
This one? Great. So what does it look like when you hex this person? Or when you curse them, rather?
That's a good damn question. I didn't think about that.
It looks stupid. That's what it looks like.
Oh, the shade of it all.
Zing bang.
I hexed the wrong person.
This whole little mini series is just gonna be the Dragonborn fighting,
Snapping back and forth.
Yes.
So ready.
And the tiefling yelling, "Guys, we're not fighting. We're not supposed to fight. We're on the same team.
Guys, we're a team.
Cool it." Oh God.
Until I think of a better canon answer, I'm gonna say it is simply a it's like almost spectral looking raven that appears and flies, and about the time they're gonna land on the target, sort of like turns to smoke.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
So this raven flies out from your war pick and just like lands towards them, enveloping them in a puff of smoke. And they are now cursed and will fall victim to your curse.
No one knows this. Probably not even me.
You know your abilities. You have been given the knowledge of them.
Oh, okay, got it.
That brings us to Phineas with Blodwen on deck.
Phineas will step back inside. We'll see Blodwen down.
Yep.
Since this is a curiosity shop, do I see anything that looks like a health potion?
Looking around real quick, you can make a perception check, but looking around real quick, this place has been ransacked. These people have been in here ransacking everything.
18?
Yeah, it's a clusterfuck of like broken smashed bottles. If there was one, it's probably either in their pocket or smashed to pieces on the ground.
Got it.
Jerks.
In that case, let's see how can I do this?
What you got, Phineas?
All right. 10 can squeeze through there. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I will unleash my fire breath across these two here.
Ooh, nice. So yeah,
Lines, right?
yep, straight line. A blast of fire shoots through them. They make a dex save.
Correct. DC 12.
All right. Well, the one right in front of you fails and is immolated. They are dead. The second one, DC 12, did you say?
Yeah.
Also fails. Go ahead, roll damage.
Fire in a wooden building, really?
That's fine.
Great. Yeah, they definitely take it and look very, very hurt. Very cool. Wonderful. Yeah. So you breathe this line of fire, comparable to the acid of your companion here, which you did not see. Immediately, the one in front of you falls down, burned to a cinder, taking the brunt of it from your exhalation. The one behind them also just blasted by it. Good use of turn. Anything else, Phineas?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Blodwen, go ahead. Roll a private d20 to me. And what is Blodwen seeing when she gets up with 1 hit point on a natural 20 again?
Boom.
Jesus.
2 weeks in a row. God damn, this has happened 2 weeks in a row.
Nice.
So you have 1 hit point.
I think Blodwen just sees scales, like weighing scales. There's like flash of weighing scales, and then stands up.
I was like, did you stand up underneath the Dragonborn?
No,
Very cool. You stand up. Your rage is gone.
it's fine. I will do it again.
All right. Bonus action rage. Now you're
Bonus
pissed.
action rage.
Yeah. The one in front of you is patting out fires that's on them.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hack that one.
All right, go for it.
Go away. 20,
You
11.
drop them like a stone. You just cleave right through them, and they go and collapse to the ground.
There you go. And any of the mannerisms that were like stiff and proper have vanished.
All right,
This tiefling is tieflinging.
all right. She is on action. That's you've got 15 feet of movement technically if you want to use it.
No. I don't have anywhere to go.
All right. Oh, pardon me. Some water. You all are making me talk so much. All right. Next up, we have our bandit friends here. These elves. this one in the corner is going to fire a crossbow at Alixerros. That is a 15 to hit. Which hits, I think.
We can't hear you.
I was waiting for the damage. Yes, that hits.
Yep. Yeah. For 6 points of piercing damage. The one that you have cursed moves in and attempts to swing at you with their scimitar. That is a dirty 20 for 2 points of slashing damage. This other one is just going to swing at the tiefling at Blodwen. That is a 15 to hit.
Yep.
For 2 slashing damage, reduced to 1.
Ta-da!
Which unfortunately knocks you right back out.
It would have been. They would have hit me on the attack of opportunity anyway.
So unfortunately, down you go. But that's it. The other 3 are dead. Alcan, it is up to you.
As oh fuck, blood. What's your name? Blood. No.
Blodwen.
Actually, Blodwen, you would have had the opportunity to make an attack of opportunity against the one who moved to engage Alixerros.
Hey, you're right.
So why don't you go ahead and do that? Thank you, I've got it, for reminding
From
me.
my grave.
Oh wait, I have a
24.
10-foot reach. What about me?
Actually, you would have too. But the 24 Great Axe for 11 slashing damage kills this individual. So you can take back those. You can take back those 2 hit points, Alixerros, as this thing dies from a Great Axe.
There you
Wait,
go.
doesn't Hexblade's curse? Don't you get HP back from that too?
He does. I believe you get.
If it dies, I get 4.
Yeah, so you regain 4 hit points. As you all watch, the black smoke that's like wafted over this individual reconstitutes as a raven and flies into Alixeros's chest, and his wounds heal up a bit.
Alixerros is trying, because he probably realizes all eyes are on him, he's trying not to look like surprised and maybe a little like, ooh. Like, yeah, that was supposed to happen.
Wonderful. That brings us back to Alcan.
Back to reality. Yep.
So as Blodwen is falling, Alcan's just going to swing over Blodwen with his glaive
Yeah, go for the reach attack.
with a natural 20.
That will hit. How do you slice this individual in half?
They
From the
swing and
middle.
they're just like kind of like occupied watching Blodwen fall, not expecting like this long ass weapon to just cleave them right across the head.
Yeah, so they're looking down, kind of a smirk on their face as Blodwen falls to the ground, and you time it just perfectly so Blodwen falls and your glaive comes in, whoosh, and it's that moment where like you think it missed, but it was just so sharp and so quick that the head then just kind of like lolls off to the side and rolls away under a counter. Very dead on a natural 20.
And I would like to. I assume. Do I know that there's one more in here?
You do
What
not.
I've heard. Okay. Alcan's just going to kind of stand there then.
All right. Alixerros. We come to you. There is one individual left with the fall of their companion. Their demeanor seems to have shifted and their eyes are going wide as you notice their crossbow begins to quiver in their hands. But it is your turn.
I hold out my other hand that's not holding the pick, and I say, give it here. And I take a step toward them.
Okay. You step up to them, kind of make an intimidation check with advantage. Natural fucking 20.
That's 3.
Damn, y'all. Oof, good time to have them. Yeah, you stare this person down, and their eyes just widen as you like slowly like approach like a badass in a movie with like explosions going off behind you. Your wounds healing over from the death of their comrade. They are obviously terrified of you, and they are shaking. Phineas, it's your turn.
Because Blodwen is down,
Mm-hmm.
is it possible to search a body if they're holding any health potions?
Yeah, you can search the one in front of you. It's an action to search.
Yeah. I was going to skip the one in front of me because I imagine it's just smoldering.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sure.
do the one here. So I search the body.
Yeah, so
Can I roll for it, or?
Yeah, make an investigation check as you search around for this thing. Okay, yeah, with a 16, or sorry, with a 23, wow. You rummage through their pockets. They do not seem to have a health potion on them. In fact, they don't seem to have much of anything on them.
Unfortunately, that's an action, so that's my turn.
All right, Blodwen, go ahead. Whisper me a d20 roll, and describe an image that flashes before your eyes as you drift into unconsciousness.
It's a silent talkback of Sarge's face as I get kicked out
Fair enough.
of the barracks.
All right. It is now the bandit's turn, and the bandit hands over the crossbow to Alixerros and puts up their hands. I give up. We can drop initiative. They have given up. You all have proven to be too much outside of combat. Alcan, if you want, you can attempt to... so, Blodwen is still bleeding out. Alcan, you are next if you want to attempt to stabilize her.
I mean, I can try,
Yeah, just make a medicine check.
which I could do. 9.
Very close, but she's still bleeding out.
I feel like I only kill people. I don't.
Alixerros, do you want to leave this bandit who is decidedly quivering at you, or are you gonna stay there?
No. What am I gonna do to this quivering bandit? Really want to hand it off to that annoying barbarian, but she's incapacitated. So, I'm gonna be like, face the wall. I'm gonna spin him around.
All right, yeah, you plunk him up against the wall.
Put your hands up.
Phineas, that brings us to you.
So let me try to stabilize.
Yeah, go for it.
That's rolling medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Oh. All right, I'm going to need another saving throw privately from Blodwen.
Are we're gonna go on the initiative order still?
Yeah. Okay, Blodwen, what passes before your eyes?
An image of scales just tipping, falling down. The scales have fallen apart.
Okay. Alcan, we go back to you.
I guess not very good at this stuff. 15.
You successfully stop all the bleeding, stabilize Blodwen, and realize that she's not breathing.
Oh, shit. They're dead, guys.
Oh, that sucks.
Blodwen's gone.
I'm starting to like them.
No, wait. Hold on. No. Let me try to find some more health potions on these other bodies.
No, they're gone.
Alright, come with me. I'm gonna grab the elf by the back of the scruff or neck or whatever.
Yeah, you grab them by the scruff and can throw them down wherever you want.
What are you doing here?
Look, it's just our job, okay? We were sent here. Look, we work for Nuuli Luton, okay? She's a dwarf, she's a priestess, Tiamat, Scale Tyrant, you know. She works for the Oodalot family out at Shady Creek. We all do.
One second. I'm writing it down. Nuuli Luton. That doesn't
Nuuli
explain
Luton.
what you're doing here.
Well, see, her sister Tulgi robbed this place like 2 months ago, and ever since Huli's been sick or cursed with something that's turned her veins blue and she's moving real slow, she ordered us to trash this place and look for potions or scrolls or whatever might cure her. But we haven't found anything. Then you guys came along, you killed 4 of my friends, and...
Well, you killed one of our friends.
Why
You
did
attacked us
fight?
first.
Well,
Listen.
it's our jobs. What do you want me to do?
You attacked us when you're the ones that were trespassing initially, so who's in the wrong here?
Look, I'm not going to get into a debate about right and wrong here. Like, we are where we are, okay?
This is true. Where's Tolgi's sister? Does she still have possession of the items that Tolgi gave her?
As far as I know, she's still with more of the crew in the Croaker Cave.
Is anybody else there feeling sick?
Not that I know about. It's just her.
Did you touch any of the artifacts while you were there?
As if she'd let me.
Lucky you. I don't know what to do with this guy, but we've made a mess here, so. Anyone got any wise ideas? Someone want to go tell the village leader there's some corpses to clean up in his shop that's been ransacked and burned and melted?
Yeah, you can tie this person up, whatever you want.
Yeah, you're gonna stay here. Is that okay? Roll over. I'm gonna tie him up.
Yeah, you tie them up, no problem. They do not resist. They figure that they're going to cooperate in order to save their life here. So what do you want to do? Blodwen is unfortunately deceased. Sorry, Amber.
That is impressive.
It's fine. I'm developing a habit, apparently.
Killed a party member on the first ever session.
Right.
This is a rare feat for DMs.
Oof.
Um,
It wasn't my fault. She rolled a natural one in those last death saves.
yeah, no, I figured she
did.
must have. Figured she must have. Yeah, if we all weren't level 1 and had our diamonds, this would be no problem. Okay, well, Alixerros is gonna say we should figure out what we're gonna say to explain all this, and we should go tell somebody, unless you just want to leave. But I'd like to get paid. if that's even an option still.
There are still the there is still
in
the
this room.
yeah. There's the room in the back there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and check out the lump in the bed.
Yeah. You pull back the covers, and what is revealed to you? Yeah, sure. You use your pick. What you see is what appears to be a statue made of ice of an elf, bundled beneath these blankets in this bed. And there's a small table with dirty teacups and a kettle next to it.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm gonna back out of that room pretty quick, like, and step over this dead guy and pick up the tiefling.
Yeah, so you carry Blodwen's body out of Pelk's curiosity, leaving presumably Pelk's corpse in his bed and the other 4 bodies there, with a prisoner tied up. Where would you like to go? It's getting late in the evening.
I'm gonna look at Alcan and say, "Yeah, I seem to recall you've stayed here before."
I live here.
Oh, great. So, pretty sure you don't want this in your house. Is there a morgue?
I mean, it's not a very...
temple? Something?
Is there?
There's not a morgue per se, but like you could definitely, you know where to go to like get Erlo.
I guess I'll go take this to Erlo then. Somebody want to drag that with us, or should we leave it here to get picked up? And I'm going to point to the elf tied up on the floor.
To the what?
To the elf tied up on the floor.
Should probably bring them with us. How well tied up are they?
You can have a look if you want.
They're pretty well tied up. They did not resist or struggle or try anything.
Alright, I'll hold on to them then. Walk with them.
Very cool. So you all head to where where Alcan knows Erlo resides. He opens the door and looks out at you and says, "Oh, have you figured out anything?" Oh, he notices Blodwen. Oh my. Is she...
She's gone.
Yeah, she's gone. I think we figured out some stuff. We also made a mess in the curiosity shop. Sorry
We
about
also
that.
have we have a present for you, and I'll hand over the bandit.
Oh, okay. What's all this about?
They broke into the curiosity shop, tore up the place, killed Bloodwind. There's more dead elves in the shop, but also Alixerros found the shop owner frozen.
Well, I didn't actually tell anybody that. But
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Now is the time. I will spill the beans. Yeah, I think we found out what happens if you stay sick a little too long with this thing. There's a frozen elf in a bed in the back room of the curiosity shop.
Another one.
Togi, not Togi. Yeah, Togi, definitely sick. Probably don't.
Well, if we know Tolgi's sick, if Pelk also succumbs, who knows who else might have this or what might cause it.
Well,
have you tracked down?
If I track down?
Have you tracked? You have a cure?
No.
Well, yeah, I've got one right here. I've had it the whole time. What do you think? No, we don't have a cure yet.
Well,
Listen,
So far, what we found is, oh fuck, what's the main dwarf's name? I'm blanking.
Olgan?
Ergon.
Oregon? Oregon.
Ergon came back from Eiselcross, sold some items to the shopkeep, and then in that same time frame he was robbed, and then the one who robbed him is now sick, the shopkeep is sick, and Ergon was sick. All people who came into contact directly, presumably with whatever Ergon had.
Well, then you've recovered whatever artifacts these were?
No,
It was
Toby's
stolen 2 months
smuggled it
ago.
off to her sister, which is the next place we're gonna track down, I presume. And maybe if we're lucky, there's a cure with that stash. There were some blue vials that were in some of the contraband.
Good to know. By all means, I'll see to your friend here. Do you know, was she a follower of anyone in particular?
Unfortunately, no idea. I'm sorry we made a mess in your town, but
Well,
I don't really know what to do with this body now. Do you have a temple somewhere, or is there a cleric in town that can at least give it some dignity?
yes, I can see to these things. I'll have one of the priests come and collect her.
You might want to have someone go clean up the curiosity shop.
Yeah, I'll take care of that too. You all should get some rest. It's getting late.
Well, I suppose, where do you all want to meet tomorrow?
Well, where's the nearest inn? I suppose that's where we're all sleeping tonight.
The Jolly Dwarf is just down the way there.
All right, well, I'll see you all in the morning at the Jolly Dwarf. Is everyone staying there? Just
sounds
you,
good.
Alcan?
I assume you two are.
The dagger. The dagger.
If I may have a moment alone with Blodwen here.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, he leaves the front room.
This is not going to get anywhere because I'm not spooked. The insight check?
Yeah, make an insight check.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, with a 4, it's hard to know. Apparently, this Drakenblood made some sort of connection with Blodwen that you weren't privy to.
Yeah, well, I was running around the back, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we accidentally became best friends.
Hashtag Bloodfin. Yeah, so once
And wind.
Windfin. So once everyone is gone, so that I'm alone with the body of Blodwen, I will search the body.
Yeah, you find the dagger easy enough.
Cool. I'll take the dagger. Anything else on the body?
I don't think there's much else. She's got some armor. There's a big axe. Just
Chest
kind of
cards.
standard kind of gear, deck of cards, javelin, hand axes.
Okay. Any money?
There's 10 gold in her pouch.
I'll take the gold pieces.
Okay. Clink, 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 clink. 10 pieces of gold fill your hand.
Great. And my parting words to Blodwen is, You son of a bitch. We're actually a team now. And I'll leave.
All right. As you depart, Alcan makes his way home. The other two, I assume, did Alixerros wait for Phineas before heading off to the Jolly Dwarf?
Yes, but not in a way that he knows.
I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna try to follow him.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Remember the sneaky, investigative type?
Make a stealth check.
Hiding from him.
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Yeah.
All right.
Casually failing at it.
Yeah.
Make a check of some sort.
Your passive perception is more than enough to, when you exit, you notice that Ravenite over on the corner is just kind of like standing half in a shadow, probably trying to not be seen, but you can see him.
I'll yell out. Yeah, you're trying too hard. I can see you.
Zing bang.
Who, me? No. I'm not trying anything. I like shadows.
Only half the shadows?
It's amazing you could see me now.
Of course. Only half of you is in the shadow. The other half is in daylight, or moonlight, sorry.
You had such a hard time earlier today.
I don't know what that means. What's wrong with it? What?
Yes, you do.
Wow. I actually thought you were a little smarter. Anyway, see you back at the inn.
You're going the wrong way.
Taking a stroll. I told you I like the shadows.
Touche.
I walk away and I go, fuck, I don't know the way to the inn. The town's
You
so big, I'll find it
Right,
eventually.
you'll find it.
you were told the way, so you know.
Okay.
Whatever.
Before you go, figuring that we're going to be seeing a lot more of each other, what is your name?
Ross.
Ross. Yeah, Ross. Okay.
2 S's.
Yeah, that makes sense.
2 S's. The second S is silent.
Down.
And how many R's?
There's 7 R's.
Always stop with 3 R's. There's a rule. I learned it from a goblin.
Yes.
Fair. You only need 3 R's.
Great. Ross. I will try to remember that. I will see you in the morning.
Probably.
And I'll walk towards the inn.
And I'll go far enough in the opposite direction so that it seems like I did it on purpose.
And so you two depart and make ways and head off one way or another to eventually end up at the Jolly Dwarf, where you can find rooms, and you are greeted by this gray-haired dwarf very cheerfully, who, when you inform them that you are working for Erlo, he says, "Oh, great," and provides you with rooms. Apparently Erlo has some sort of deal worked out here. So the two of you get a room for the night.
Awesome. Separately, yep.
Yep. Alcan, sorry?
Oh, go ahead. Never mind.
No, what did you have to say? Speak now. What do you want? No? Okay. Alcan, you return home and nothing has changed. Everything is where you left it. Everything's where it should be. But you lost a companion today. You didn't know her long,
Mhm.
but she seemed a good sort, trying to do the right thing. Seemed to want to do her duty in her active pursuit of it. She lost her life.
I'll do a libations before bed.
Okay.
Pour one out for the homie.
All right. Fair enough. In the dark, Blodwen, you feel yourself floating, but you don't feel extremities, you don't feel anything. You just exist. And in that existential moment of crisis, you see the horizon appear as a brilliant white, and then it begins to be populated by an unending city and structure. And as you float through the city, every building is just so. Everyone is built in a sensible way. It's hard to describe, but it all tracks. It all makes sense. Everything here is in perfect harmony with its neighbor in terms of structure, in terms of design. And the design shifts and flows in a strangely natural way, despite being methodically planned out. And as you pass through it, you come eventually to a large open-air garden with specifically manicured lawns and shrubs carved into various shapes and strange things, and things you don't recognize. And a figure approaches you. The first figure you've seen in this massive, sprawling city. And it reaches out its hands. These dark blue, almost purple skin with chiseled pecs and abs and an almost featureless face with eyes like stars within their eyes, and short cropped lavender hair and big unfurled wings that they furl behind them as they reach out their hand. And you feel the first physical sensation you have since arriving here as they touch the center of your forehead. Welcome, Blodwen. You're early. This was not the way of things for you. Tell me, what happened?
Well, I followed regulations, announced my presence, opened the door, and then Blodwen rattles off, flips out their notebook. Miraculously, it's there, right?
Sure. It's weird though, like as you hold it in your hand, you can kind of like see through it. It's weird.
Right. It's not really there. It's the mental image of it's a notebook. I have to have my notebook. And Blodwen reads out almost like report style, right? It's, well, at 0600, opened the door, announced myself according to regulation 46B, was fired upon, passed out, was awoken by healing by a party member, proceeded to attack the enemy and request that they surrender, then was hit again, and then got up again, and, you know, whatever. I'm running out of words, but report.
I see. Perhaps something can be done. Come with me. And
Wait, but who are you?
they just kind of aloft and fly off in a direction. And you realize that you are able to follow them.
Okay.
Keeping pace with them, you come ultimately to what is a massive set of scales. And there's a platform that goes up to the center part, and then like a walkout to each of the plates. May I have your notebook?
Yes.
It holds out its hand. You place it.
Very hesitantly place.
Yeah, you place it in the hand, which, I mean, it's a little notebook in your hands. This thing is 15 feet tall, so it looks like nothing in its hands.
Yeah.
It places it on one side, and you see that the scales shift down. And then it indicates for you to go down and walk into the other plate. If you would be so kind.
Okay. I guess, yes.
All right, so you step into the other plate, and it balances, and then the book is heavier than you are. The figure smiles and nods as he helps you step down from the plate. It seems that you are more important than the regulations you hold on to.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Order and rules are proper, but you are not one who is a member of an organization.
Well, I mean...
The desire to be is admirable, but something different is in your future, if you want it.
How will I know what's right?
Right and wrong don't change, just the way to get there. You will know
That's
the
very
rules. The basic rules of existence are universal. Do not take a life unnecessarily. Do not murder in cold blood. Do not steal. Civilization is built upon these facets. However, Orders 16B and Rule 41A are bureaucratic in nature. And while needed at times, for one such as you, think of them more like guidelines than rigidity.
Oh. Can I have my notebook back?
Of course.
I think I need to write this down.
Yeah, it's passed back to you, and you're scribbling it all down. So I return to my question. Do you want to try again?
Yes.
And that is where we will end tonight's episode of Forged in Ice. Thank you all very much. Well done, everybody. What?
Oh my goodness.
What a night. What a night.
Yeah. It's like 80%. That's still passing.
That's good. Like, y'all did great.
Not surprised by that.
Quite a few wrenches thrown into gears tonight. Some crazy party dynamics happening. Wow.
He started it.
What a good time. Yeah. There's even more going on that when stuff begins to eke out, it'll be fun. I know so much more than you all do. It's so much fun. Great. Well, good job, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Ives Got It. Thanks you, Shura NYC. Thanks, everyone who popped in, said hello, caught the stream tonight. We hope you had fun here on the first episode of Forged in Ice, a Critical Role-inspired adventure. We are basing this first chunk off of the module Frozen Sick. So if you've read that or played that, you might kind of know where things are heading, but I've changed a few things, and there's going to be more towards the end. So hopefully you enjoy this. So no spoilers to the players or other viewers, if that matters. We're going to go and say our goodbyes while I figure out who we going to raid tonight. And we're going to start at the bottom of the stack, which means we're starting with Phineas.
Hey, it's me, Phineas, not Defect. What a wonderful night this has been. Thank you for joining us. That's all I got. I'm so.
You're what? Uh-oh.
Wrapping my head around so many things.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
sorry.
all I got. Yeah, no, moving on.
Okay, cool. No, I might have frozen for a moment, but I'm glad.
Oh yeah, I was like, wow, Jared, it wasn't that bad.
Sorry, my world hates me sometimes. Probably need to like clean my computer somehow, but I don't know how to do these things. Cool. Moving on up the line, we have Blodwen? Question mark.
Hi. That was fun. Apparently what I do is die. I play Blodwen. Also Amber. Continue to enjoy our identity crisis as we go from playing characters we've been with for 2.5 years to completely new things.
Yeah.
That's my brain is just melting. I'm like, who am I? What am I doing? Oh no. Was that too Grig? No, wait.
Well, it was appropriate. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It is poignant that I froze on the first episode of Forged in Ice.
Oh, zing bang.
So, hey, there we go. Cool. Thank you, Amber. Next up, we got Alixerros, everybody.
You will never get the name right.
I never will, because I've been like saying it in my head for the past like 5 days as I've been like building things. So
You know what, just to mess everybody up, anytime someone asks my name now, I'm gonna give a different name.
tell me, so you there, the Ravenite, tell me your name and say.
Hi, I'm Matt. I've been playing the character formerly known as Alixerros, and various other things. I also don't know what's going on. I like set out to play a very different character from Spoot, and in that I think I've succeeded. But also I'm like,
You don't know where you are, right?
I don't know how to do this. I'm just talking. Spoot like figured it out. Anyway, but yeah, this is interesting. Come see how we find our characters, I guess, and start placing your bets on which Dragonborn is the best.
We'll be placing money on it, I'm sure. And then up at the top, we got Alcan.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I have too many characters. It's been fun. I will probably forget who I am next week, so see you then.
Maybe is that your character trait?
Oh god, it's Tanner's personality trait.
You've got different characters that'll just take you over at any moment.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I have been Jared, your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged, Nuuli Forged, Forged in Ice. Thank you so much for coming. Make sure to check us out at all of our socials, which is at Nuuli Forged on here on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And we also have a Mastodon, but I still haven't figured that out, and a Hive, but I haven't figured that out. So I don't know. Anyone want to be a social media manager? Go for it.
No.
But thank you all for being here. We're going to raid Dork Tales tonight. They're playing some D&D. We love giving them a cheeky little raid. So we're going to do that. And we will be back here next week on Wednesday at 7 p.m., the 21st, for episode 2 of Forged in Ice. Episode 2. I forget which way is right in Britain. That way, yes. We'll be back here.
Matter. It's the same number.
Yeah. That's all of what you're saying. So thank you all very much. Be kind to one another. Be safe. Make the world a little brighter. I think we did that with some laughs tonight. And I hope you enjoyed the new fancy blue icy layout. Thank you, I've Got It, for being the best mod ever. And we will see you all next week. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.